Internet, good morning. My name is Magnitude, and welcome back. Some more Dragon Ball Legends PvP. I play this game a lot. It's no secret, I post about it on Twitter every now and again, but I feel like this game's not as popular as it should be. I feel like Dokkan Battle's way more popular, which makes sense. Dokkan Battle's been around longer, there's many more characters about Dokkan Battle, and you don't have to be as engaged in the game, so a lot more people can play it, because you don't actually, you can just kind of tap some orbs in the game. But this one, it's a real time, so you really gotta be engaged in it. But so this is it's the PvP team I've made with Android 18. It's that red Android 18 who really, really, really good. And I wanted to kind of showcase her a little bit and talk about her a little bit because she's really good. Now this game, when it first came out, obviously the fear was the power creep is real, and over the course of the game there has been a bit of a power creep, but I really don't see it being that big of a problem until you get to the really high levels. Then it kind of becomes character dependent. But if you're like me and you're never going to be the best player at this game, or even close to the best player at this game, then why not just have a lot of stuff to mess around with? So that is what this game has become for me. I have a lot of high-level characters. I'm going to be making a lot of teams, and I'll probably be doing some videos where I kind of analyze some characters. But either way, we're talking about Android 18. It's still Android 18 in the game right now in her weird mom pants. So she was in one of the more recent banners, and she's still actually around on a banner. But she's really, really good. And I want to kind of talk a little bit about why. So So whenever she affects other units when they enter the field. So one of her abilities is called Clever Negotiations, and when she changes cover, which means when she comes in, a cover change in this game is, so right there, Raccoon did a cover change. I was about to hit the Jace, and then he switched in and take the damage for the Raccoon. It's called a cover change. It's an actual thing in this game. Sometimes abilities become affected by it. So it's called Clever Negotiations, and on a cover change, it destroys an enemy card. So if you come in and take damage, enemy card gets destroyed. And all enemies have plus 20 to all their cards for 5. So her in on a cover change is really, really great, because not only can it destroy one of your opponent's cards, but can also make their cost way higher. So it gives you an opportunity kind of to gain your bearings again and kind of slow the enemy down. Also, when it comes in the battlefield, it destroys enemy Dragon Ball. You can do that up to 3 times. 3 times! So, on the way in, she's super helpful. But then, she's got the other ability for what happens when other characters enter. So, if she's on your team, when another... Oh, and that was just Jace. We just set you up for that one, bud. Sorry. Right up for that one. When other characters enter the field, so if she's on your team, if it's a melee type, they get plus 30% to strike damage for 15 counts, and they heal 10%. If it's a ranged type, they get plus 30% to blast damage for 15 counts, and they heal 10%. If it's a support type, they get plus 20% to damage inflicted for 15 counts, you guessed it, and they heal 10%. If it's a defense type, they get plus 30% damage inflicted for 15 counts, and actually it's only 5% health. So the long version is all that, right? But the short version is that whenever another unit comes into the field, when that Android 18 is on your team, it gets at least some sort of damage boost, and it heals at least some sort of damage. So, I mean, ultimate utility. It's a really helpful thing to get an extra, especially when you compare it with units that can't be, when they go down to 0, they get, they have an extra, if they go down like Zamasu or Hercule, if they're meant to go down to 0, instead they get plus 30% or something like that. So you can use that if you're at 1, to get back up. And so Android 18 has a lot of very good potential. And if you want to pair her with, you see that Bulma that I have on the field there, that yellow Bulma? Not right now, but you see on the side of the screen, that Bulma, that I'm using the Extreme Bulma. So that actually right now has one of the highest blast attacks in the entire game. And then she has an ability. So she's let's go ahead and I want to go ahead and just kind of do the math out for this. Do exactly. So she's a ranged type, which means on the way in with Android 18, she gets an additional plus 20%. So she's already got one of the highest ranged blast damages. She gets plus 20% on the way in. And then she gets plus 40% to blast damage if a female warrior is a battle member. So as long as Android 18 is a battle member, on the way in she'll get plus 60% blast damage. And when she enters the field, she gets her own plus 40% for 20 timer counts. So when that Bulma enters the field with this Android 18 on the team, she is going to be getting plus 100% blast damage for 15 timer counts, and then after 15, the first 20% goes away. So plus 80 for the remaining 5 after that. She is an animal. Well, and then after that, it's just, she always gets plus 40. So she always at least gets plus 40% blast attack because of the fact there's another female warrior on the team. So she is she is so good. This Bulma is so good, and I had no idea, right? I had no idea. And she also gets a nice little bonus because her blast card right there, in addition to being such high damage output, also can inflict a bleed, which is a status that can slowly drain HP over time. So let's recap. This Bulma here can have potential to have 100% blast damage on the way in with the Android 18, and all of her blast attacks, while being one of the highest in the game at this moment in time, can also inflict bleed, making her a very, very, very useful commodity on any female team. So having Bulma and that Android 18, it's just so good, and I really enjoy that Android 18. But so this is the last battle that I have with this team here. But I'm going to be this is actually, I think, the best of all the games. So I'm going to be, I want to try at least once a week I'll have some sort of Dragon Ball Legends video up, whether it be some PvP games or a character analysis, because I just play this game so much that I might as well try and put that try and showcase that on YouTube, because I played enough. I might as well get something back out of it. And this channel's partnered now with Screenwave. Oh, that's right, I didn't tell you guys that. Well, at least you know that I cannot, I'm not doing this just for the money. The first thing I didn't say was I'm partnered now. It took me almost 7 minutes to let you guys know that the channel's partnered. So anyone watching this video at this point, you're giving me that sweet ad revenue, and I definitely appreciate that. But like I said, I play this game all the time. When I'm playing with my dog outside, usually I'm kicking the ball around because I can kick. Our yard's some dirt. Right, we're gonna get a little bit about my yard. My yard. So when I bought my house, I had a cool yard, and then I got 2 dogs. The dogs were like, "Fuck your fucking grass, Steve. Fuck your whole goddamn yard." They destroyed it all with their, pee and digging and just general running around. So didn't have a yard, and now I'm trying to grow it back. I have like 60% of my yard now. Unfortunately, I did not grow in time for the winter to approach, so I gotta wait and get until spring. But, so my yard is like 40% dirt, so in the morning, it's kind of muddy, right? This is going somewhere. It's kind of muddy. So when I play my dog outside, the ball that we throw around, it just gets mud everywhere. It gets mud on it because it's mud. So it gets mud and slobber, so I don't like touching it. So I kick the ball around. I kick the ball. Also, I can kick it pretty fast, and he kind of likes that. It's kind of, he likes to throw his face in the way of the ball and catch it in his mouth in the first kick, so he's very fearless. But anyway, so I kick the ball around, and I play PvP when I'm kicking the ball around outside. And I feel like that's going to continue up until the winter time, because then it'll be fucking cold outside, and I'm not going to have the fingers to want to do that. So I play this game a lot. I figure, I might as well just somehow monetize this to some degree, because I play it so much. And you know what? I want to bring something back out of it. I played a lot. Maybe my excitement will translate to get more people to play, and I love it so much. A lot of people are having problems with it. Like I said, at the higher level, because PvP teams are sort of they're getting to a point where it's just kind of becoming, it's kind of getting a lot of people using the same stuff. So I'm on a mission to varietize. Give more variety to the PvP team, so at least once a week I'll have some sort of PvP team, PvP game that'll showcase 1, 2, 3 guys, or maybe an idea behind the team. So I'll have I'll have some stuff going on where it's not just, hey, here are fusions. Here's Gogeta and Vegito and the other Gogeta, and and there's the Go Tank. So yeah, I'll have a lot of options there. But either way, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did, subscribe for more, and I'll be seeing each and every one of you next time. Good night.